Yeah, it was a hard-fought game, and I feel like we had it slip away from us early in that second half where we didn't stay connected as much, and I personally didn't do a good enough job of having us ready for the fight. They got some 50-50 balls. They got a couple offensive rebounds, just some toughness plays that second half that hurt us, and that's what it's going to come down to. We're going to have game plan stuff. We're going to have X's and O's. We're going to have great plays from different players and bad plays from different players, but that fight for 40 minutes, I think, was the difference, and they came out with a little more fire than us.
What do you think? You mentioned the fire. Did it just kind of catch you guys off guard to start the second half where, I think it was a 13-0 run dating back at the end of the first half that kind of, put them in the driver's seat that they didn't relinquish?
Yeah, I just think there's a balance to this thing. Like, it's super important to have, adjustments and talk. And I always go in with the players and ask them what they were talking about, while the coaches were meeting. And they said exactly what the adjustments were going to be. They knew the answers to the test. I really didn't kind of just reiterated what they said. But it was so much game plan stuff, and I think we forgot that, at the end of the day, it's a competitive game that they're going to come in and understanding they're probably frustrated they're only up 3 on us at halftime. They're going to come in with an edge, and we didn't really match that.
It didn't seem like Ethan had his normal efficiency. Was it maybe still something bugging him from Thursday, or just was he not getting the looks you wanted?
I mean, they had a game plan. Like, Ethan had a hell of a game on Thursday. They mixed their matchups. They ended up putting a big on the one, and it was pretty clear they were trying to slow him down. I thought they did a good job. They're obviously really well coached, and we didn't adjust well enough and get him looks that were that clean. For him to only get 4 shots and be 1 of 4 is probably not a good enough job by me to get him those looks.
How much of a factor was Nembhard in the second half? He sat to the last, I think, 9:34 of the first half and really kind of controlled their offense in the second half.
He did a good job with their pace. I think he gets them with the floor really well. And I felt like it was a lot of factors that second half, and he played a part in that, and started isolating some of our bigs, and we made a couple adjustments, and he's a good player.
Coach, it felt like Case and Parker both held their own against a really solid Gonzaga team. Parker with a career-high 7 points. Do you feel like they've kind of been growing and becoming more comfortable in the offense and defense as they've played more?
Absolutely. I mean, they're freshmen that are playing, that have played the least minutes in our rotation right now. It's going to take some time for them to adjust, and you're starting to see it. Like, Parker's had 3 or 4 games where he's really impacted, winning the last 4 or 5 games. Case is starting to come into his own. It's good to see him knock down some shots. I mean, the guy's a killer in practice, and we're going to start seeing more of that.
You guys are usually pretty good at guarding the 3. I think they hit 4 of their last 5 in the first half. What was kind of the main theme on those? And were you guys like losing shooters, or kind of what was going on there?
A couple execution errors. I think one of them we didn't have a ball screen right. One of them we didn't know our post defense right. Kind of going into the half, that was our thing. Like, when things get tough or they throw in, a 25-second possession, we got to execute all 30 seconds to the shot clock. And I think it was more just coverage stuff. We didn't have that many space cadet errors. I think it was more just kind of one guy doing something that wasn't exactly right in the coverage.
Yeah. 16 turnovers for 20 points for them. What was kind of the main thing with those? Was there a common denominator, or kind of where were those coming from?
Got a little sped up. I think that was the common theme. We had, 4. It seemed like 3 or 4 travels that first half from being sped up. Three of our turnovers came from post entry passes. We had 12 turnovers at halftime, which is bad. But that 6 or 7 turnovers right there, they're very, very controllable. Gonzaga does a good job. 3-quarter front in the post. We knew we had to throw ball fakes. We got sped up.
Coach, was it a little bit of a lost opportunity when Nembhard was on the bench? I think he went from up 3 to down 3 in that time. And what'd you see? I thought Hickman maybe played pretty good in that stretch when they needed him.
Yeah, I think that was definitely there was a lot of opportunities that I felt like we could have taken advantage of more, and that's for sure one of them. And they don't have too much of a drop off when they got guys coming out of the game. They have a ton of talent on that team, and obviously we could have done a little bit more and picked on that, but I think there was more of us kind of shooting ourselves in the foot at different times.
Nate, you only had 5 points at halftime. What kind of clicked in the second half? And then just being out there for that blitz they had in the early second half, what did you see out there that maybe stemmed the tide there a little bit?
I would just say for the start of the first half, we were just shooting ourselves in the foot, like Coach said, just unforced turnovers, trying to get into the post. I had a couple of those, so I just got to clean that up. And then just 5 points, I think in the first half, I was trying to get my teammates involved. And I think in the second half, it just opened up for me, and I just took my spots at the right time. So I think I just made the right choices tonight.
Anything shock you guys with this Gonzaga team, or kind of come out of the blue? And then just about playing in the environment as well, just in the kennel.
I wouldn't say nothing shocking. I mean, they're obviously a really good team. I mean, if we play the way we're supposed to play, we should be right there with them. So I think we just got to go back, watch the film, and get better. I mean, the environment obviously is a factor, but I don't think it really affected us that much tonight. It was just got to be locked in, got to be on the same page at all times, and I think that's where we got lost tonight. It's just one guy was off from all 4 guys, and I think that's where they got their little run. So, yeah.
Nate, what are some of the positives you can take from this game? Obviously, the 20 points are great, but just as a team heading into the rest of the West Coast Conference play.
Just add this as fuel to the fire. You know, this is the top 18 team in the country, and we were right there with them at half, even though we didn't play our best game. So I think we just gotta not take this so negatively. Just go and watch the film, like I said, and just grow from it, and just know that we could be right there, one of the top 18 teams in the country when we play the right way. So just gotta find a way to do that every single night on a consistent basis, and just keep growing.
Down in front. You ready? Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.